once again, ladies and gentlemen, to Columbus Motor Speedway. Round number 14 of the NASCAR Winston Racing Series here at the Speedway. A full program of the NASCAR Winston Racing Series late models, limited sportsman street stocks, and the Legends cars, the 5/8 scale 37 through 40 coupes and sedans. The replicas will be competing in a full program here this evening, and so stand by for that. And the Legends cars roll onto the racetrack. We'll prepare to do battle for preliminary heat race action. Tonight's racing action brought to you in part by GM Performance Parts, TVS Motorsports, and Advanced Air Heating and Air Conditioning. Welcome to GM Performance Parts Night, along with the other sponsors. Tonight's NASCAR Winston Racing Series is being presented in part by your local GM and AC Delco dealers and representatives in their complete line of GM Performance Parts. Remember, when you need replacement parts for your General Motors car, ask for genuine GM Performance Parts designed especially for your car. GM Performance Parts are available at your local GM or AC Delco dealer. And your lineup for tonight's first Legends car heat race. Mike Denny starts on the pole in car. And they're looking down into turn number 3. And they'll race off turn 4. We're underway. Mike Denny, again the fast qualifier tonight. He's getting some heat from Mike Stacy. And we've got 75 sideways again. Doug Harris having his problems here. That will cause a big crash down turn number 1. We're back underway. Third time. Doug Harris thinks better of piling in there into the turn this time. Slips back deep into the field. Mike Denny leads off turn number 4 on lap number 1. In tight formation, Mike Stacy, Tim Davis in car 20, and Gary Rager in 105. Now Tim Davis ducks underneath Stacy down the front stretch. He'll take the spot. Now Stacy will have to deal with Gary Rager. 4 cars transfer, your top 4 finisher. Still Mike Denny up front. Staying on the pole is Gary Rager. He started 4th. And he's up to give Mike Denny a little help down the backstretch. Slips underneath Denny, takes over the lead. Following him through that Tim Davis. Mike Denny wants down into that bottom groove. Mike Stacy trying to keep him from getting there. But out front, it's Gary Rager from West Virginia. Rager calls from West Virginia home. And he now draws away about 2 car lengths from Tim Davis. 2 laps to go this time. Now Mike Denny slips back to 4th position. Only 4 move on to the picture. Gary Rager gets the white flag. We got a spin. content to stay in line, except for Stacy. Stacy trying to better his lot in the feature event. He slips underneath Tim Davis. Davis clamping him down, but your winner will be Gary Rager. Stacy comes from second. Third is Tim Davis. And fourth, Mike Denny. Again from Crump, West Virginia, your winner, Gary Rager. Car number 105. Gary's Truck Parts, a sponsor on the car, P&A Engineering. Your winner, Gary Rager. Row number 2 in car 10. Vic DiGeronimo, and 00, Don Black, and Dave Christopher from Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. Starts inside of row number 3, and outside that's Larry Young in 32, Tom Hall in 23, and Pete Alexander in car 5. Complete your 5th and final row for this 8-lap Legends Car second heat race. Keep in mind that only your top 4 finishers move on to the feature. Fred Davis, your second fast qualifier here this evening. Off to a quick start, however, and slipping down inside in front of Davis is car 18, Eric Sarton. Running second, that is Fred Davis. Third, Don Black at this point. Fourth is DiGeronimo. Don Black and DiGeronimo having a tussle for that third score spot. While Fred Davis goes after Eric Sarton off of turn 4. Lap 2 in the record book. A good battle up front. Again, on the inside is Eric Sarton, outside Fred Davis. Excellent side-by-side racing in the Ohio Legends Car Series here at Columbus Motor Speedway. And the battle for that final transfer spot heats up. Inside of Black is Dave Christopher. Christopher with a big push off the 4th turn. He loses 4th spot. That position taken over by Tom Hall. Now Dave Christopher slips back around Tom Hall. He holds the 4th spot. The battle is for 5th. A white flag will fly. There's time by for Eric Sarton. Fred Davis stalks him off turn 4. DiGeronimo runs 3rd. 4th currently held by Dave Christopher, but Larry Young giving him all he can handle. That 4th spot. Again, we've got a battle up front. Davis to the outside. This is it, folks. Your winner, it will be close. And holding on, Eric Sarton, the winner in car 18. Second place. A close finish goes to Fred Davis. Third, Vic DiGeronimo. And fourth, Dave Christopher in car number 4. Those are your 4 transfer cars into tonight's feature events. top 4 move on to the feature from each event on the Speedway. The lineup like this. Car 54, Greg Isaac from Louisa, Kentucky. Alongside of him, Odell Sarton from Kermit, West Virginia. Then comes Ken Rice celebrating a birthday yesterday in car 0 from Dayton. Bill Southworth from here in Columbus starts outside second row, car 16. Jason Conrad in 111 inside of row number 3, flanked by Buck Sloan in 25. He got upside down here last time. The last row, Harvey Simon in 65 and 39, Frank Williams. They lap. Off of turn number 2, holding that top spot is Greg Isaac. Odell Sarton, I think he was the feature winner here last time. Runs second. Third is Ken Rice. Bill Southworth gets pressured by Buck Sloan. Southworth draws away, and that third spot from Sloan on the backstretch. Buck Sloan drafts Bill Southworth off turn number 2, challenging for that 4th and final transfer spot. Ken Rice begins to close in on your lead duo. Again, Ken Rice, his 50th birthday yesterday, and he runs 3rd in this event. Halfway through this one, wrong flag. Looks as though right rear tire smoke off Buck Sloan's car. That fender apparently making contact with that right rear tire. Hopefully this baby will end before that thing gives away. Your lead trio bunches up on the backstretch. 2 laps remain this time past start finish. The Louisa, Kentucky driver still leads the parade. He'll race off turn number 4, Greg Isaac for the white flag. Again, that 4th transfer spot in contention. Buck Sloan. Together. Southworth keeping his distance from the 5th place Buck Sloan for the time being. Start, meantime, closing on Isaac, but it'll be Greg Isaac your winner. Second, Bill Sarton, Ken Rice 3rd, and 4th, that is Bill Southworth. Top 4 transfer cars into this evening's feature event. Car 98. Car 98 from Canton, Ohio, Rick Riffle, flanking him in 42. That is Kenny Martin. I'm told that's 43 now. Second row, car 17, Wally Kosicki. And outside of the row number 2, car 1, Brandon Smith. Willie Rice starts inside of the second row. His car owner, his dad, Clarence, having a 55th birthday today. Outside in 33, Mike Haynes. Ryan Chrysler starts inside of that fourth row, and alongside in 83, Greg Boyd. A tight battle through turns 1 and 2. Finds Rick Ripple and Kenny Martin going at it. Ripple on the inside, Martin on the outside. Now Brandon Fisk turns his car sideways. Whoa! Caution flag. Up to fourth place now, Willie Rice in car number 11. Rick Ripple brings him up to speed, nearly gets passed by second place Kenny Martin, but up into third in 11, that's Willie Rice. Sickie runs fourth. They'll cross the start-finish line, complete the third lap here at the lap. Rice slips off the fourth turn. And Willie Rice now back to fifth spot, loses that transfer position. Mike Haynes now enjoys that spot. Halfway. Looks as though something may have gone amiss on Willie Rice's car. That car not nearly as quick as it was earlier. The battle is up front between Ripple and Kenny Martin. Ball will wave the white flag this time for Rick Ripple. Top four just about the side of this juncture. Kenny Martin still not satisfied with the runner-up spot. He'll look to the outside, now inside of Ripple. Down the backstretch they go. Ripple holds the inside line, and it'll be Rick Ripple, Kenny Martin, Wally Sickie, and Mike Haynes, your top four transfer cars. Ryan Chrysler pulls into that fifth spot. So we've got 16 of the starters decided in tonight's Legends Car feature. We'll be having a semi-feature B main a little bit later to complete the field for tonight's Legends Car feature event. Number 25, Jimmy Kidd, second fast time, and on the tail, quick time tonight, 15.587. The clocking, Don Gregory Jr. Your fastest four qualifiers, 4 laps around the third mile. Paved oval makes up tonight's Limited Sportsman Trophy Dash. Up the pace. 4 underway. Trophy Dash. Through ball holds that inside line over Holland. Jimmy Kidd trying to keep pace with the lead duo. 1 lap complete. Holland challenging Gruball in that outside lane, but nothing doing. Gruball with one previous Trophy Dash victory, looking for his second, halfway this time. Now, Holland trying to fend off the advances of Jimmy Kidd down the backstretch. Gruball with his first ever Trophy Dash victory 2 weeks ago. looking for one more, and it's Bob Grubauer, Mike Owens, Jimmy Kidd, and Don Gregory Jr. Your finishing order in tonight's Sportsman Trophy Dash. Your winner, Bob Grubauer. Sponsors on this car include Cool Cat Sights, Signway Graphics, Strobel Incorporated, and BG Construction. One-third of a mile, ribbon of pavement. 12 degrees of banking, 65 feet in width. And the lineup for this first Sportsman Heat event finds car number 12, Tracy Brigner, and Chris Dodds alongside, making up row number 1. In the second row, that's Roger Scott in 71, and 23, John Matthews. Mike Brown in 20 is next, 24, that's Jerry Irwin. 66, Paul Baker Jr., and 27, Jimmy McCauley. Chris Dodds trying to inch ahead of Tracy Brigner off the board. A dead heat for lap number 1, neck and neck. John Matthews posted in third spot. It's still Brigner on the inside, Dodds on the outside. Matthews running third. Now Irwin comes up to join the party. Now Chris Dodds wants it down in behind Brigner. Or does he? He's still trying to decide whether he wants to try that high groove. Tracy Brigner and Mike Brown. Caution on the Speedway as a big puff of white smoke comes out of Brown's car number 20. We'll take a look at the Speedway down there in turn number 1 to see if there's any fluid on the racetrack. Report is water on the racetrack.
As the track crew continues their work, cleaning up the spill by Mike Brown in this race, I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that not only does Pennstroke Productions videotape here at Columbus Motor Speedway, but at Killcare Speedway and Winchester Speedway for the Midwest Finest Video Racing Series, Pennstroke Productions. Also, something of special note for those of you who might be fans of the Quarter Midget Kids Racing Series. We just finished a 3-day series with the Quarter Midgets, the Quarter Midget Grands from Killcare Speedway, so we have those available also. Pennstroke Productions is proud of its association with Terry's Inn and Pizzeria, 731 Brown Road, Columbus, Ohio. After the races on Saturday night at Columbus Motor Speedway, go down to Terry's Inn as my microphone cuts out. Order yourself a cold drink, a pizza, and sit back and relax and watch all the Pennstroke Productions video racing action from Columbus Motor Speedway. In a moment, the continuation of heat race number 1 for the sportsman cars.
You know, we talk about you guys short track guys, and you grow up from here and go into Winston Cup, but you got some injuries like you have. Do you have any idea what it would have been like for Dale last week trying to qualify on a high bank oval with a broken collarbone and sternum and stuff, and going at it 6 days later?
When you're a racer, that adrenaline just takes over, and you don't feel the pain till later on that night.
Yeah, as I say, it does come, though. How's the car running?
Real good.
I know you were one of the first guys over to Donnie when he had a problem, correct?
Yeah, I was. If he can't get his car done, he's more welcome to use mine tonight.
Well, we appreciate it. Good luck. Hopefully Donnie will get his going. You'll have a car to drive.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, back here, as we said, we talked earlier about Donnie Renner. And again, Jeff, real quickly as I walk over this way just to re-inspect, I was just over here, but they have had everybody from the 27 crew, from Humphrey's crew, all these people just helping out. And believe it or not, we have the resemblance of a race car taking shape back here in the 92. It's starting to look...
Jerry Irwin picks up the pace just a little too quickly. Caution on the Speedway. Number 4, still Tracy Brickner, your leader. A cautious Brickner brings it back up to speed. Chris Dodds takes advantage. Now Brickner and Matthews will slug it out. And Brickner, too hot on that outside lap. Balls are in there a little too hot. Spins that car. Will lead on the restart. 4 laps complete. Chris Dodds looking for his career first heat race victory here in this race. John Matthews looks underneath him off turn 4. Takes advantage of Dodds' slip. And Matthews leads down the backstretch. Now 6 laps complete. A white flag will greet the drivers the next time across the start-finish line. Jerry Irwin runs second. Irwin now gets racy. He looks inside of Matthews down the backstretch. But it's going to be John Matthews. Jerry Irwin second. Third goes to Chris Dodds. Fourth is Roger Scott. And fifth, Paul Baker Jr. Finds Buddy Townsend starting on the pole alongside of him in car 7. Car number 7, we find Bubby Scott. Row 2, car number 10 is Steve Scott in car 10. Dave Ritchie Jr. in 17. Car number 08, that's Randy Sword. 01, Jerry Buck. Car 91, Sean Gray. 30, Bill Hundley. And 35, Tom Idle driving 35 in the heat event. Ritchie beginning to show some muscle. He runs second. Halfway through this 8-lap event, Townsend showing the way. The runner-up battle between Ritchie and Sword rages through turns 3 and 4. Steve Scott is fourth. Now Sword slips back into the runner-up spot. He'll go after Townsend in turn 3, right up on his back bumper. Townsend trying to fend off Randy Sword. Sword second in the point standings. He'll do battle with Townsend through turn 3 and 4. But Buddy Townsend second goes Randy Sword. Steve Scott is third. Fourth, Dave Ritchie Jr. And fifth, Tom Idle. So the second heat race goes to Buddy Townsend. Townsend with his third heat race victory of 1996. The Bow Wow Bar race, it will start, Renner will start on the tail of the fast heat race. Renner choosing not to answer the call in this, the Trophy Dash. Not quite ready to go with that car. He was the third fast qualifier, so that moves fourth fast qualifier, 0 Hill, into the Trophy Dash. 4 laps. On budget car sales, Groveport Service Center entry of Donnie 0 Hill. Alongside Video Central and Teddy's Intimate Apparel, the primary sponsors on this car outside of row number 1, third fast qualifier. The driver is Skip Thornton. In the back row, car number 1, Humphrey's Engine Services. On the door of that car, Terry Humphrey, second quick time here this evening. I believe his best qualifying time effort of 1996. And out back a perennial fast qualifier. Again, quick time tonight, 13.859. Jerry Jones on the tail. 4 laps. Zero Hill, a tight line through turns 1 and 2. Skip Thornton troubles in turns 3 and 4. He slips far behind. Now Humphrey trying to keep pace with Zero Hill. That third, fourth turn continue to be a problem. We've treated it, but still very slippery down there. Hill still holding on to that top spot. White flag. Now a half lap to go for Donnie 0 Hill. With his first Trophy Dash win of 1996, 0 Hill. Terry Humphrey completes the distance in second spot. Third, Jerry Jones in fourth, Skip Thornton. Again, amazingly, his first Trophy Dash victory of the 1996 season, Donnie 0 Hill. And alongside out of him in 81, Don Wetnall. Then we find car 5, Bussy Blackbird. He will apparently, looks like he's going to request a tail. 84, that is Brian Hall. 45 is John Strobel. In victory lane here at Columbus Motor Speedway. Tonight it takes a combination of perfect teamwork and parts. That's why many of the teams here tonight rely on genuine GM Performance parts to power their cars to victory. GM Performance parts are available at your local GM. Greg Markham begin to bring the field up to speed. Your leader down the backstretch. Fred Reichert, a good showing. He is running second. Third is Don Wetnall. John Strobel fourth. Lap 2 complete this time. 8 remains. Speedway. Danny Eves, we talked just a second ago about how much trouble he had in qualifying. He was a late qualifier, only got 1 lap on the clock, and he has broken out. We allow these guys to run 0.15 of a second faster than their qualifying time in competition, and if they run more than that, we throw a yellow in the late model division, and they go to the tail. That will post Fred Reichert out front. Don Wetnall second. Time or new time. So he will go to the tail, and Fred Reichert will assume the lead in this 10-lap heat race. Don Wetnall up to the inside of Reichert down the front stretch. Couldn't make the pass. Again, trying to squeeze inside of Reichert, but nothing's doing. Reichert leads, Wetnall second. The halfway point this time. Picked up his first career heat win last Saturday here at the Speedway. Now Danny Eves trying to squeeze inside of Markham for third position. Eves inside of Markham. Markham gives way. And the battle races to third spot with Danny Eves taking the position. Reichert remains out front. The lap car of Brian Hall ahead. White flag this time. Brian Hall slipped high off that fourth turn, nearly causing a collision. Half a lap to go. 5th spot, Bussy Blackbird. A scary moment off that 4th turn as the drivers accepted the white flag. Once again, the heat victory goes to Fred Riker. This car sponsored by DARE, Drug Abuse Resistance Education, NBC Channel 4, StarCraft Imperial Vans, the Columbus Dispatch, the Dent Wizard, Kindle GT Oil, Skyway Graphics, and Race Glaze. Consists of 26, Bill Cantley, and 94, Robbie Dean. Next, the young man that Bob Neubauer, one of the people Bob Neubauer talked to a little while ago, Bobby Bocook in car number 2, and flanking him in 16, Mike Simpson. And out there trying to get that, make sure that car is back up to speed, car 92, Donnie Renner. Renner with that left side damage. 10 laps. The second late model heat race. They've into turns 1 and 2. Harris on the inside. Stacy alongside in 7. Stacy squeezes down into the air. Running third now, Robbie Dean. Dean now slips to 4th as Bill Cantley moves up to 3rd. It's still Mike Stacy out front. 3 laps are down. Make sure that car's back up to speed. Robbie Dean now off the pace in car 94. Stacy draws away, give him 10 car lengths down the backstretch. Halfway through this one, 5 down, 5 remain. Bill Cantley takes the position from Gary Harris. Now it's Mike Simpson squeezing by Harris. And Robbie Dean off the track on the front stretch. Bill Cantley now closing on your leader. Cantley in 26 closes on Mike Stacy. Simpson now a distant 3rd. Harris runs 4th. 1 lap to go. Cantley looks high. Now he'll look to the outside of Stacy. Mike Stacy, your winner. Bill Cantley, Mike Simpson, Larry Harris, and Bobby Bocook complete the top 5. A to Z Painting, a sponsor on the Stacy's car. Joby's Tree Service, Sizzle Marine Certified Oil, JVM Enterprises. Stock qualifiers. We did have Bill Wellman request the tail on this, so they're a little bit out of order. Nonetheless, on the pole with fourth quick time tonight, 97, that's Mark Life. Outside second fast qualifier, 77 Don Townsend Jr. in the second row. Quick timer 93 Jamie Hunt. And on the tail, Bill Wellman in car number 6. 4 laps. Jamie Hunt slides down in that first turn. First and second. Up for grabs. Don Townsend Jr. now draws away down the backstretch. Mark Life runs second. Third, a good battle between Wellman and Jamie Hunt. White flag for Townsend. With his first Trophy Dash victory this season, Don Townsend Jr. Mark Life is second. Third, a very close race. We'll have to wait for official scoring. Third is Wellman. Fourth, Jamie Hunt. Congratulations to Don Townsend Jr. His first Trophy Dash victory of 1996. Flanked by Dave McConaughey. Row 2 consists of Mike Matthews, I believe it is, rather. I was right the first time. Mark Matthews. Outside Rick Curtin in 14. 88, that's Bruce Holmes in 29, Mark Freibach. Then comes 83, driven by Bobby Stacy. 55, Bobby Walker, and requesting the tail driver change from qualifications, Bob Seagraves. We're told Jimmy Romans will be back behind the controls for the feature event, but at least for the heat race, Bob Seagraves in 56. A good run through turns 1 and 2. And we got trouble on the backstretch. Bobby Walker loops it off turn 2. Rick Curtin now making a soiree through the infield. He's back out on the Speedway. Rick Curtin is in 14. The leader now, Dave McConaughey. And now we got trouble. Bruce Holmes. Oh, spinning. Goodness, action all over the Speedway. Bruce Holmes. Now we got Bobby Walker spinning in the fourth turn. Bobby Walker in a cloud of smoke. Red flag is out. Red flag is out. Mark Freibach, he's still racing. McConaughey leads down the backstretch. Mark Matthews challenging now, car number 90. Bob Seagraves way up in the gray stuff. You better be careful. Jimmy Roman's not going to have a car to run in the future. We're not sure he made the feature, but at any rate, McConaughey is the leader. Now Bobby Stacy up to third position in car 83. Tight quarters entering turn 1. Matthews still working an outside lane. Oh, and look at Freibach. What a move on a backstretch. He is sideways but recovers. McConaughey slips to second. Now to third. Now to fourth. Now to fifth. Freibach's out front. A white flag this time for Mark Freibach. Mark Freibach looking for a career first heat race victory. Second place is going to be close. His first ever heat victory, Mark Freibach. Bobby Stacy almost wins. He takes second spot. I think he scared Rick Curtin into third spot. Curtin just knew Stacy was going to crash, so he backed off, finishes third. Matthews fourth, and Bruce Holmes comes home in fifth. Again, it's Mark Freibach with his first ever heat race victory. Sponsors include JR's Body Shop, Exhaust Works, Shorty's Handyman Service, Ant-Man Racing, and JR's Auto Service. Starting first in 07, that's John Morgan, alongside the car number 70. The driver is Don Heavy Hill. In row 2, we find Rusty Mortimer in car 30, and in car number 0, Jim Hersey. Russ Harper is next. He starts inside of row 3, alongside 24, Rob Martin. Car number 9 is Don Holland, and 18, Bo Davis. And on the tail in car 31, the driver, Phil Gussler. Gussler back out here at the Speedway after about a year and a half, a little over a year layoff, and injury suffered in an accident here. Gussler up until a couple John Morgan with just catches the left rear corner of Heavy Hill's car. He recovers, Hill does. Morgan runs second. Morgan second, now up to third position in 0. That's Jim Hersey. Rusty Mortimer has not given up on the third spot, however. 2 laps are down. Hersey wanted that bottom groove. Come off turn 4, and it was a left turn slide. Slid down in front of Mortimer. He runs third. Rusty and Rob Martin now slugging it out to the fourth spot. Morgan slips a little bit. Oh, and John Morgan goes around. See if John can get her restarted. Rolling backwards. Red flag is out. Okay, Heavy Hill brings the field back up to speed. 3 laps are down. Rusty Mortimer is second. Third is Rob Martin. Fourth, Bo Davis. car lengths the separation between Hill and Mortimer. Then another car length back to Rob Martin. Now Mortimer squeezes up on the back of Heavy Hill. They'll have 2 laps to go this time. Flag. Now Mortimer looks to the outside of Heavy Hill. Up to join the fray, Rob Martin in 24 and Bo Davis in 18. And the winner will be Heavy Hill. Mortimer second, Rob Martin third, Bo Davis fourth, and Russ Harper in 5th spot. The 3rd street stock heat race. Alongside in 34, Gary Lamer. 2nd row, car 15, Norman Ackerman, and 43, Mike Schweier. 26 is next. That is Scott Stevens, and 51, Lonnie Spires. Then we've got 65, George Lindsay, and 47, Gary Lamer. Down the backstretch. Ackerman and Lamer contest the 2nd spot. Now Scott Stevens assumes 3rd position. George Lindsay trying to squeeze underneath Stevens, but there's no racetrack down there. Lindsay dropped the tires off into the dirt, but kept it going. They'll be halfway this time. Scott Stevens tiptoeing, trying to test that outside groove. Again, Lindsay using that dirt down there off turn 2. Now Stevens beginning to make a little ground on Ackerman. Still Tom Bond posted out front. Stevens looking on turn 4. He'll lose the ground he made up on the backstretch. And Stevens off the pace. Here comes Lindsay in 65. The white flag for Tom Bond this time. Lindsay and Ackerman, 2nd place in the balance. The winner, Tom Bond. Ackerman is second, Lindsay third, fourth for Schweier. And fifth spot goes to Lonnie Spires. Heat race victory, number 2 for Tom Bond. J&L Tom Bond, car 52. Back to your lineup. Outside of row number 2 for the Legends Car Last Chance race, that is 92 Ryan Chrysler. And in the third row, Tim Williams in 83 and Tom Hall, car 23. Car 111, that is driven by Jason Conrad, and car number 1, Brandon Smith. Bill Ross is in car 58, Don Black in 00. Frank Williams drives car 39, Willie Rice in 11. The ZR1, that's Steve Dorsum. Number 5, Pete Alexander. Harvey Simon in car 65. Greg Boyd, 63. 75 is Doug Arrett. Top 8 finishers. Fisher out front, Buck Sloan second, Larry Young third. Now Fisher slips to second, Buck Sloan takes over the lead. Larry Young is third. Fourth, Tim Williams. Top 8 move into the feature. It's still Buck Sloan, the leader, and we got Jim Fisher. Jim Fisher into the front concrete wall. Fisher got that car sideways off the fourth turn. He's moving around inside there. He's apparently okay. Got Bob Neubauer. The driver is Jason Conrad. He flipped here a couple weeks ago and leads down the backstretch. Up to 4th spot, that's Ryan Chrysler. 5th now is Brandon Smith. And we got Bill Ross making some contact down there. He spins. Once again, caution on the Speedway. Bill Ross got that car too hot down into that turn down there and got into the back of Tim Williams. The 8th spot appears to be Willie Rice. Gives chase to Buck Sloan. Look at Ryan Chrysler, the young driver Ryan Chrysler, challenging Tom for third. move in 111, Jason Conrad. Caution, not only do we have a car in the front stretch, looks like we've got debris there as well. And some sort of a part, a muffler or bar of some sort. Buck Sloan out front. Steve Dorsum in the ZR1 moves into that outside lane, trying to work on Don Black now in 00. Excellent battle back there in the pack. 5th through 9th spot, all in a battle. 3 abreast now. And Willie Rice spins off the 4th turn. He turns it around and he's back underway. Rice is continuing to roll. Up to the 5th spot now in 111. Jason Conrad, but he still has Brandon Smith to battle with for that spot. Now we got one into the wall. That's Steve Dorsum. ZR1, Steve Dorsum into the wall off of turn number 2. Chrysler, Brandon Smith, Jason Conrad, Don Black. Top 8 move into the feature. Final transfer car at this point, Greg Boyd in car 63. Brian Chrysler, the guy out there trying to make some ground in that outside groove. White flag this time. On the Speedway. I guess I jinxed car 63 Greg Boyd. Following this, we'll be calling off the Souvenir Magazine Lucky Number winners. 1 lap remains. And Buck Sloan immediately getting some heat from Larry Young. Here comes Jason Conrad in that third groove. Your winner, it will be close. A 4 abreast finish. Buck Sloan, the winner in car 25. Larry Young is second. Buck Sloan, the winner. A very close finish. Larry Young second. Tom Hall third. Fourth, apparently, to car number 1. Car number 1 finishes fourth. That was Brandon Smith, and in fifth, Ryan Chrysler. Once again, tonight's sponsors, GM Performance Parts, TBS Motorsports, and Advanced Air Heating and Air Conditioning. They roll out onto the third mile paved oval. The Legends cars, these 37 through 40, coupes and sedan, replicas of yesteryear. The lineup goes like this. On the pole in car 105, that's Gary Rager. Outside in 18, Eric Sarton. The second row, car 54, Greg Isaac. And car number 98 from Canfield, Ohio, Rick Riffle. And row 3, Mike Stacy from Springfield, Ohio. And outside of that third row, Fred Davis, Norton, Ohio driver. From Kermit, West Virginia, Odell Sarton is next in car number 3. Alongside of him in 43, North Ridgeville, Ohio pilot Kenny Martin. Tim Davis is next. He's from Norton. And Vic DiGeronimo in number 10 out of Cleveland, Ohio. Dayton, Ohio driver Kenny Rice is next. Then from Cleveland, Wally Kosicki. From Columbus, Mike Denny, your fast qualifier tonight. Didn't have a great run in the heat race, so he starts 13th. And Dave Christopher Jr. starts 14th from Cuyahoga Falls. In the 15th starting spot, Bill Southworth, a Columbus driver, and Mike Haynes from Cleveland in 33. Buck Sloan in 25 starts 17th. And outside of him, 32Y, that's Larry Young from Massillon, Ohio. Tom Hall in 23. Brandon Smith in car number 1, Ryan Chrysler in 92, Jason Conrad in 111, Don Black in 00, and Tim Williams in 83. Complete your 24-car starting field. Gary Rager and Eric Sarton lead the field around 25 laps the distance. They pile down into turn number 1. Eric Sarton slips beneath Gary Rager. A slick move. He went down behind him, slipped underneath, and Eric Sarton controls the field. Second now is Gary Rager, but Sarton is checking out. Car number 18, your leader. Third place, a tussle between Greg Isaac and Rick Riffle. And we got caution on the front stretch. Car 83, Tim Williams from Hilliard. That engine exploded going down the backstretch. I believe Bob Neubauer is down at the scene of the incident. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, Jeff, obviously everybody saw it up in flames, and Dave Christopher bailing out in a hurry. He's walking around, he's A-OK.
The fire. Lost a couple gloves, that's it.
Heavy
Motor.
So again, we didn't get the full report there, but what Dave Christopher was telling Bob. Outside of Odell Sarton in car 3, but Martin slips back. Brad Davis moves up into that 7th spot. About to go in the record books. And we've got a spin. Car 33. Caution is out. The car spinning on his own was car 33, Mike Haynes from Cleveland, Ohio. Trying to make some headway is Odell Sarton, car number 3. Odell Sarton moves around Mike Stacy and Rick Ripple. Eric Sarton having it his way in car 18. Odell Sarton now slips inside of Greg Isaac for 3rd spot, halfway this time. Odell Sarton's hit parade. Car 20 off the pace. He's in. back out onto the racetrack. That was Tim Davis. Lap car number 83. Tim Williams, the lap car. Fends off Odell Sarton. Eric Sarton, your leader. Greg Isaac runs fourth. Rick Ripple fifth. Fred Davis is sixth. Find a fire. He is back underway. And now pulls to a stop. Mike Denny brings out the caution flag. Way out front is Eric Sarton. He'll get the white flag this time. And the winner from Kermit, West Virginia, Eric Sarton. Second goes to 105. Gary Rager. Odell Sarton's third, fourth, Greg Isaac, and fifth was Rick Ripple. entry for Eric Sarton.
Climbs out of the car. How about a round of applause? Our feature winner here tonight. Pretty good run. Had it up front all the way and just walked away from him.
Yeah, Gary Rager loaned me his car. I broke a cam in practice today, and if it wasn't for Gary, I wouldn't be here. And man, he runs second on me, and me, him, and my brother, I think we've done a pretty good show here. And I'd like to thank my Uncle TC. It's his birthday day. Happy birthday, Tom.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, how about a big round of applause for your winner, Gary Sarton?
I'll have a top 10 rundown. Sportsman feature events. Bill Hunley starts on the front row inside along with car 10, Steve Scott. Row number 2 consists of Dave Ritchie Jr. in 17 and car number 08, Randy Sword. 01, Jerry Buck and Sean Gray in 91 comprise row number 3. In the fourth row, Bob Gruball in 5 and outside in 86, that's Mike Holland. Up next in car 25, Jimmy Kidd. Alongside of him, 2, Don Gregory Jr. They're followed in order by car 7, that's Bubby Scott, 76, Buddy Townsend. 35, Jimmy Shaw. 66, Paul Baker Jr. 24, Jerry Irwin. 23, John Matthews. 71, Roger Scott. 92, Chris Dodds. 78, Ray Muncie, and 27, Jim McCulley, and finally 12, Tracy Brigner. Heating and air conditioning, night at the races, 30 laps for the limited sportsman meet. Scott very high on the backstretch. He takes command. The Sunbury, Ohio driver controls the pace down the backstretch. They go 2 battles. Up to 4th is Jerry Buck in 01. Looking on the high side of Steve Scott. Now up to 3rd position is Jerry Buck. Car 91 spins in the second turn. Miles from now. still controls the field. Randy Sword runs second. Poised in third is Jerry Buck. Fourth, Bill Hundley. Collects the wall, but he gathers it back together. Loses a bunch of spots in car 17. Car number 5 now spins in the second turn, and caution is on the speedway. Up to 6th spot in car 25 is Jimmy Kidd. 7th car 2, Don Gregory Jr. He started 10th. Jimmy Kidd immediately to the outside of Mike Holland. Meantime, up front, Randy Sword working. Scott retains control. Kidd is 4th now. Don Gregory Jr. in the 6th or 5th spot. Jimmy Kidd still working an outside groove. Halfway. 80 scored. Jerry Buck looking for a way around Steve Scott. Now Steve Scott being challenged by Jerry Buck. Scott into the inside of Jerry Buck, down into turn number 1, but Buck takes control. Now Randy Sword inside of Steve Scott for second position. Also squeezing past now, Jimmy Kidd. Jerry Buck, your leader. Randy Sword second. 10 laps to go now, 9 laps to go this time. But loses some ground to Randy Sword. Sword still your runner-up. Mike Holland battle for the 4th position. 5 laps to go. Now 4 laps remain. Ford, Kidd, 2nd and 3rd. Muncie clears Muncie. The next lap car in line, Roger Scott. No white flag this time for Jerry Buck. His first win this season. 2nd, Randy Spore. 3rd is Jimmy Kidd. 4th to Mike Holland. And 5th, Don Gregory Jr. Once again.
If you haven't, now we got a happy individual climbing out of this Dodge
Avenger. Dodge Avenger.
And he gets the helmet off, and we're going to have to start calling him the Avenger. Jerry, how about a hand for Jerry?
Woo! Oh, man.
You're happy.
Oh, incredibly happy. This crew's been working a long time for this, and I mean to tell you, you guys did it. Thank you very much. I love it. Larry, all righty, buddy. Woo! Thank God, too. Hell yeah. Uh-oh.
Hey, listen, you guys have been working hard. It's been a while, but this one looked like a car was running as strong as it ever has.
She's in there, man. Larry's a smart man in that math department and math council on these race cars, so stay in school and get your math.
Ladies and gentlemen, a happy man, a happy crew. How about a big round of applause? Our sportsman winner, the...
Fourth was Mike Holland. 5th, Don Gregory Jr. 6th position went to Dave Ritchie. 7th was Steve Scott. 8th spot, Sean Gray. 9th, Bill Hundley. And in 10th, Buddy Townsend. Don Wetnall in car number 81 starts first. Alongside of him, 47, that is Larry Harris. The second row in car 7, Mike Stacy. And alongside car 26, Bill Cantley. In row number 3, 94, Robbie Dean. In car 2, that is Bobby Bocook. Next up, we've got 16, Mike Simpson. and 0, Donnie 0 Hill. 86 is Skip Thornton, and 92, Donnie Renner. In the next row, car number 1, Terry Humphrey. 13, Jerry Jones. Jones a fast qualifier tonight. 45, John Strobel is next. And number 4, Fred Reichert. 27, that is Greg Markham. 9, Danny Eves. 84, driven by Brian Hall. And in car number 5, Bussy Blackford. Mike Simpson has already gone to the pit area, so he will, if he makes it back out, go to the tail. Have to cross over some rows here, and then we'll be underway, get the lineup sorted out, and be underway. Don Wetnall and Larry Harris, the front row. Wetnall takes the early lead. Mike Stacy in car 7 runs second. Robbie Dean in car 94. Brian Hall is off the track in car 84. He is out. Here comes Robbie Dean in car 94. Just as Dean makes his move, Mike Stacy begins to make his move as well. Mike Stacy around Don Wetnall for the lead. And here comes 0 Hill. Could have an overheating problem. We saw a lot of steam emanating from that car. Five laps complete, 30 remain. Fred Reichert's car doesn't come up to speed right away. Now he's beginning to accelerate. Your leader is... And Reichert apparently is out in car number 4. Mike Stacy moves out to challenge Don Wetnall, and Donnie Renner fills the void. Greg Markham in car 23 spins off the second turn. Fred Reichert also back out. Don Wetnall out front. Mike Stacy second. This time Larry Harris. See how quickly Donnie Renner can get into that outside groove every time. A couple times he has pulled out, just as Mike Stacy has pulled out to make the pass on Don Wetnall. 9 laps down. Renner looks to the outside. Mike Stacy. Light goes out and Wetnall picks up the pace on the backstretch. With Renner right there in pursuit. Bill Canley runs forward. Mike Stacy now a half a car length over Don Wetnall. Stacy, your new leader. Bussy Blackford disqualified apparently for leaking fluid. Bussy Blackford, that car overheating. They come back to life. Stacy, Renner, Wetnall, Canley, and Jones. Terry Jones squeezes inside of Bill Canley for 4th spot. Canley trying to fend him off. Meantime, the battle at the front. Renner looks high around Stacy. And Terry Jones suspends in turn 4. Mike Stacy, 2 wins this season. Spins off your point leader, Renner. Midway. Renner feeling crashed earlier in qualifying, nor is his car. And Skip Thornton for 5th spot. Renner continues to pressure your leader. Up to 5th position. Laps to go. Zero Hill up to 6th spot. Disposes of Don Wetnall, now runs 3rd. Your leaders sweep around the lap car of Bobby Bocook.
Hey, I'll tell you what, you were up front again, but you certainly had the car tonight.
Is that right? I didn't know whether Renner hung with us or not. I know he was awful tough. I seen he must have made some good passes getting there.
Well, he was awful tough. He was outside you, behind you, under you, everywhere but in front of you.
He was just right where I wanted him to be.
Hey, I know it's been getting good. You're getting strong towards the end of the year. Any reason why?
Just starting to put things together. We got a new sponsor on board, Certified Oil. With all our sponsorships, Convenient Tire, Joby's Tree Service, Sizzle Marine, A to Z Painting, without all their support, work, and their money, this all wouldn't be possible. I'd like to thank them all.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the upcoming hard chargers in the late model division, Mike Stacy, feature number 3. How about a big round of applause?
Completion. 7th went to Robbie Dean. 8th place was Skip Thornton. In 9th position, Greg Markham. And 10th was Terry Humphrey. Stock feature event. Here is your lineup. Starting first in 29, that's Mark Freibach. Alongside 83 is Mike Bobby Stacy. The second row, John Morgan in 07 and 70. Don Heavy Hill, Winterstand Heavy's car is for sale. Rusty Mortimer and Jim Hersey make that. Jim Hersey comprise row number 3. Then comes 24, Rob Martin. 9, Don Holland. 18, Bo Davis. 47, Randy Thurman. Gary Lamer and Tom Bond are next. Mike Schweier, Norman Ackerman, Lonnie Spire, Scott Stevens, Mark Light, George Lindsay. Who's next? That's Don Townsend Jr. and Bill Wellman, Jamie Hunt, Russ Harper, and Phil Gussler out back. 25 laps. Stacy, John Morgan, Rusty Mortimer, your next three. One lap is completed. Bobby Stacy now. The battle heats up for third position. Rusty Mortimer and John Morgan. Rounding four and completing four. Now it's trying to make his way around John Morgan, but he's going to have to deal with Jim Hersey first. Hersey and Martin. The battle there for fifth position. Hersey takes over fifth spot. Gutzler is out in car 31. Now Rusty Mortimer challenges Bobby Stacy for second. The car hardest into the wall. Report is that the 97 and 50. Your leader is still Mark. Mark Fraybot brings the field back around the green. third. Still Rusty Mortimer and the outside of Mark Graybach. Jamie Hunt has chosen the outside line. He's hoping Mortimer can make that pass. And Mortimer does. Rusty Mortimer, your new leader. And we got Rusty Mortimer spun down in turn number 1. And he is up to 4th. Laps to go this time past start finish. Spires pulls into second behind Scott Stevens. Now it's Bobby Stacy challenging Graybach for the 3rd spot. Off of turn 4. Now Bill Huntley tries to make his way around Heavy Hill. Looks like a tire blew on Hill's car as he went down the front stretch. You heard the explosion. Just off the track where it's still trying to get back out on the Speedway. Realizing something flat right rear tire on that car up here. Still Scott Stevens out front. They'll have 3 laps remaining this time. Bill Wellman rather, in car number 6, up to 3rd spot. Now Lonnie Spires squeezes inside of Stevens. Very tight quarters through turns 3 and 4. Spires takes control. 2 laps to go. A white flag for Lonnie Spires. Close to call. We'll have to wait for official scoring for 5th position. So another exciting evening of racing is complete. Bobby Stacy was 5th and apparently Jim Hersey 6th.
He's trying to get his chin strap off. There he goes. He's got it together. Coming out of the car, how about a round of applause for those of you left? Why? Tell you what, tough race. Not an easy one.
No, it wasn't an easy one. Had a lot of bad brakes for a lot of good drivers there. I think I kind of helped win the race. Can't thank my pit crew enough and all my sponsors. The car run great tonight, so I can say.
Hey, happy man anyway, he'll take the win. Jeff, it's been a fun night and a good morning.